Talk 995talk995.com. Also now on YouTube, Real Talk 995 TV. That's Real Talk 995 TV. Or you can text and call us 545-9950. We love it. Download our app too because you can find us there as well. Just an amazingly cold day today, Monday, the 26th of January, 2026. Partly sunny today, high only 32. The wind chill about 11 right now, but it'll get a little bit better than that as we progress. Sunny tomorrow, high of 41. Wednesday, partly cloudy, 43. And it looks like the rest of the week, we're not going to see 50s probably at all. With me this morning, no Richard Dixon, but it is April Marie. Welcome in, April Marie.
It is good. I am cold.
Yes, I think most people are.
This is the prettiest the YouTube Real Talk channel's ever been.
Mm-hmm. That's very nice.
We got the two of us together.
The two chicks.
Yeah.
Are on the tube.
Are you getting used to it?
No. Yeah, it's funny how you
don't ask me. It's just more stuff I got to do.
Yeah, it's just one more thing for Steve. But it sometimes you'll get busy doing what you're doing and you totally forget that. And I'm like, I hope that's not the morning I pick my nose or do something really crazy on YouTube.
I walked in.
Not that I picked my nose.
I'm just being facetious. I went back and I came across the camera and I had food in my mouth. I was like,
yeah, right. That's what I'm like, oh, I forgot. Because my whole life it's just been audio. There's not been any visual aspect to it, so it's really strange to all of a sudden.
So are you now conscious of your makeup and hair?
Man, I don't know. I haven't changed anything.
Okay.
This is how I.
Oh no,
I'm getting dressed for work because we've got an office full of people. I got sales meetings to go to. Different things I got to attend. So I get dressed anyways. I didn't really change anything.
You didn't change much.
No,
I did. When I was filling in for Andrew the other day, I was like,
changed.
I shall in fact put mascara on. That's gonna happen.
Yeah.
I don't do most days.
They can't see it unless they don't zoom in on us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I can't. I don't think these cameras have that ability.
Good.
Yeah, we're good. I went over. I was telling Valerie around the corner is the sports channel. Mm-hmm. And it's just
our brothers at WJOX.
And yeah, there's just the men in there today.
Yeah, just men.
And they're in there cutting up. And I walked in on a conversation about
whether. Were they on the air?
Yeah, they're on the air.
And you just went on in?
No. I didn't go in. I stood at the door.
Oh.
Listen, well, I was passing by. I went to see Damien because Damien is my BFF in that corner.
This is why I can't let April Marie out of this studio.
So
she goes wandering.
I went to see Damien.
Yes.
And I heard this conversation about whether or not the men carry photos of their loved ones in their wallet, and so apparently 2 out of the 3 did, and one is completely perplexed by even the idea of it. But I was standing at the doorway listening.
So the old ones were like, yes, and the young ones were like, I don't know what you're talking about.
No, it was one of the older one who was like, no, I don't do
do that.
And so,
do they have a loved one?
I don't know these guys, but they were hysterical. Well, it turns out their camera faces the door. Neither of ours faces the door.
Oh, yeah. So you were in it.
So Damien's like, hey April Marie.
You might want to back it up a little. You're in the shot.
I was like, you can't see me. I'm at the doorway. Well,
oh, yes, you
apparently you can.
Apparently you can.
No pressure on the answer of do you have a picture of your loved one in your wallet?
Yeah.
That is funny because, again.
Do you carry one, Steve?
I absolutely have one.
In your wallet?
I do.
There you go.
Our wedding picture.
In case you forget?
It's from our wedding night.
Oh, that's so sweet.
That is sweet.
That's a sweet guy.
Any other pictures in your wallet? Not that it's any of our business. But...
Oh, he's pulling his wallet out to check. No, this is so. Nowadays you can just put it on your.
It's all on your phone,
right?
Yeah,
I got a picture of my grandparents from my father's side.
I love
I found my dad's old North Carolina license plate, so I'm carrying that. But that's it.
Okay.
That's
the
sweet.
License plate you're carrying in your wallet?
Driver's license.
Driver's license. Okay. Actually, that's not a terrible idea.
That's sweet.
I have my father's license at home. It's actually right next to my kitchen counter. I should absolutely put that in mine.
The picture thing is interesting, though. That really is.
Do you have pictures in your wallet?
No. But a long time ago, I used to, because, you get with somebody and you're like, I don't know, your mom, your dad, your significant other. Here's a picture of, my loved ones. I used to have a picture of my grandparents that I always had with me.
No,
God rest their souls.
I have my patron saint. I have.
She's going through her wallet.
I am. I put my kids' faces on my
On a
credit
credit
card,
card?
so I've got.
Yeah.
But I used to have actual photos in here, which
Yeah.
apparently somewhere along the way, and it was
You got a lot of
literally.
cash there. Can I have some of that?
Yeah,
Look
I
at that.
do-
She's loaded.
I do have a
Ava
lot
Marie
of.
is loaded.
Ain't
How
alone.
much money you got in that wallet, girl?
I'm gonna have to call.
And there's a lot of bills.
There is
What
a.
are you walking around with?
You're so
a couple
funny.
grand in there?
There's
She's
no-
laughing because I'm probably right.
It's-
April Marie's rich. Did y'all know that? She's independently
This
wealthy.
is how rumors get
Uh-huh.
started.
So
Right?
that she's not working full
What
time
was
in
I-
radio.
What was I doing? I was doing something that I knew I needed cash for. Because
Uh-huh.
you ever go like, oh, I'm gonna go to
No, I
a
always
street
take
fair or
yeah.
street or this or that,
Yeah.
and I don't want to Venmo people.
Yeah, see,
like,
you're
that's
thinking it
cheap.
different. I'm thinking if I get in trouble, I can pay
You
somebody
can-
off. Here's $100.
No, I'm.
Please let
thinking-
me go.
I'm thinking I'm going to somewhere with concession stands, and I need, I need 20.
Yeah, you're
Totally
gonna need a
different
lot of
mind.
cash for
I'm
that.
not thinking concession stands. I'm thinking, how can I get away from this person?
We went to a volleyball tournament, and I was like, here, kids, take everybody
Yeah.
have cash, and so yes, so
Yeah,
no.
I would think you would need.
Well,
some
here's
of
the thing:
that.
is if I give the kids the card, I risk the card not
Yeah,
making it back to
right,
me.
that-
So, and there have been times where I'm like, "Here, take the card. You run up to the counter and get yourself, an ice cream or ice cream over at Chick-fil-A." They come back with their ice cream, and I'm like, "Where's the card?"
Mhm.
And they've tapped it and sat it down, and the card. So now I'm like, "Okay, I will use cash. I will give you." Money and the other, if we're up at the summit and they're
Uh-huh.
going into the store next door,
Right.
I've learned do not give them a
Do
card.
you give them a money limit? Like
Oh yeah, it'll be like this is your 20.
Your 20.
and bring me back
Mhm.
change.
do you ever get? Do they ever go like
The-
50,
yeah,
40?
So I really,
Mom, it was $40. What
I've-
did you want me to do?
I'll tell you what, I messed up one time. I was at Apple. I dropped my.
You gave him the credit card at the Apple store?
No, I had dropped.
Thanks, Mom.
I had dropped something. I needed something repaired. I was at the Apple store. It was taking a minute, and they were like, "Can we go to Bath and Body, which is like
Yeah.
next door?"
Get some soap, some smelly perfume.
And I did the same thing I did right here, where I had cash in my wallet, and I handed my daughter a bill.
Uh-huh.
Didn't say. She was like, "I want this thing. It's $9.99," and I was like, "Ugh, okay." I give it to her. She comes back, and I get like $12 change, and I was like, "I handed you a 50.
Oh,
Like my math is not good, but I should have a lot more money." And she was like, "Oh, I thought you meant I can spend all of that." I was like, "Oh, you are earning that."
oh,
But
she knew.
the kids, I have in fact this week bribed kids to do things that
You're
are
bribing
that,
kids.
that are beyond their
Does
normal
DHR know about this?
that are beyond their normal chores. Because
Yeah, well, there's
there are
nothing
things-
wrong with that.
There
Put
are
'em to
things that are
work.
my chores that I
Listen,
was
that's
like,
why you
"You
had
do
kids.
this."
Put them to work.
They cleaned out my closet yesterday.
Did they?
The
Is it
bowl-
reorganized?
No, it's just gotten where I'd put half a basket away
Right.
and then got distracted, and
Oh.
so there were 2 half a baskets put away and
Mhm.
various things,
Yeah.
and so I was like, "Can one of y'all go
And
hang
put that
things
away.
up?" Yeah,
Mhm.
so
Well, that was nice.
but I'll pay
You-
them
yeah.
for my chores.
So what did they get for that?
They'll get $5.
Five.
$5 at a time.
Is that? Are they happy with that?
Oh, they love it. Yeah.
Okay.
And that's inflation, because when I was younger, we would get a quarter or $1 bill at best. Inflation has gone up so much that my
gosh.
kids are getting
hmm
money, because they don't get money for their things. Doesn't matter.
Inflation's gone up a whole lot
Listen, if
because
you-
back in my day it would have been, I am paying you. You have a roof over your head.
Oh yeah, no, they still get that answer though.
Well, that's good. Yeah, you might pay them more because buying a house these days is much more expensive.
Oh
they're
my
gonna
goodness.
they're gonna need to save up.
Yeah, I was really looking at that. I mean,
it's insane.
I read a story because I have looked to move into a school district because I'm currently zoned for schools I can't send my kids to. And so I've looked, and the prices are absurd. We have hit I am trapped in my house. There are no circumstances I'm going to be moving within the
Probably
area.
be cheaper to hire an educator and have them come to your house
I have
than
actually,
just send them
I
to
have-
those private schools.
I have discussed this. We have hit the tipping point
Oh my
of,
gosh.
okay, we need to move, or I need to do something. I'm homeschooling 1, and ideally I would homeschool all 3,
Yeah,
but
but that's a lot.
but it's too much for me to do.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
too much for me to
Well,
do.
God love you, April Marie.
My daughter.
Between I think I wanted to be at your house this weekend. Between walkie talkies and $5 for
Yes.
hanging up stuff and putting away Christmas trees.
It was
Kind of
really
like a fun
We-
weekend.
Look, do you hang candy canes on your Christmas trees?
I don't, because
Okay.
one year there were ants all in my trees and in my candy
no.
cane, so I don't do candy canes
Oh,
anymore.
See, we did it, and I couldn't eat candy canes for a while because
Mhm.
it was just like
Candy
coffee.
caned out?
One of no, it's one of those things that will, if you have reflux issues,
Oh,
peppermint will is
mess
bad
you
for
up.
you.
Oh,
And so I hadn't had it for a while, so I sat there sucking on candy cane
while they're putting away the
while
tree?
they're putting away the tree and decorations.
Good weekend. I'm glad to
It
hear
was
it.
a good
Yeah,
weekend.
no snow, no ice, no nothing, just a fun indoor
Just a
weekend.
very fun indoor. You know, those are the weekends you're supposed to live for, though.
Yeah,
Like what did you
absolutely.
do this weekend? All
Right.
completely
Well,
normal,
because normally when
lots
it's
of
warm,
giggles.
we're getting out, we're doing things out, and this kind of forces you to get along together, all the kids to get
Oh
along,
yeah,
right?
100 days of school. We had to make a hat, so we have a hat with we glue gunned 100 buttons onto a hat.
You're really busy this
But
weekend.
isn't that not? That's like the life, right? Like, what did you do this weekend? Oh, I was
I
so
made
busy.
hats, I put
I was.
away Christmas trees, we walkie-talkied each other.
But if I just came in here and said, "Oh, I had such a busy weekend," you would have expected I did a lot of things. None of the things I actually did.
None of those. All right, folks, when we come back, we'll kind of give you an update on what's happening with roads, weather, and also give you the three things on Talk 99.5.
You got it.
It is 8:20. Good morning. Talk 99.5, talk995.com. Breaking news, it's snowing.
It's snowing. There are big old snow flurries
It's
out
just
there.
a couple of little
No,
tiny,
it's picking up.
nah, there's a couple of little white flakes out there. But it was funny to look out the window and go, oh my gosh, I think those are snowflakes.
I really wish I could get
'Cause
it on camera. I tried. It didn't work.
Mm-hmm. But it is just a titch. I mean, the roadways are just fine in the Birmingham metro area. Those of you that are wondering and maybe hadn't, paid close attention, we are just fine here. No issues whatsoever. Hey, Rodney's Marine, let's go ahead and talk about it because before we know it, and I know a lot of us today are wishing it was already spring. We're wishing that it's already warm. But let me tell you what, you can get a steal of a deal on a boat right now at Rodney's Marine. And why Rodney's Marine? We believe, a lot of it is not only you're going to get a great boat, but it's like Rodney stands behind those boats and the Suzuki engines. And this is why you want to get a boat from Rodney's Marine. Now, you don't have to be on Lake Logan Martin, which is where Rodney's Marine is located. You could actually be on Smith Lake or Lake Martin or some other lake across the state because he'll bring the boat to you. Anywhere across central Alabama, going to deliver the boat to you if you would like that. But let me tell you what, there's no greater guy that knows boats, that knows lake life, that knows great boats and Suzuki engines and stands behind his products. He's going to take care of you from the moment you buy your boat to maybe the point where you're like, I want a bigger Suzuki engine, or, hey, I want to trade this boat. He'll continue to work with you for as long as you want that boat. Rodney's Marine, great outfit, wonderful guy. Get in touch with him. Go by and see him because truly, and especially today, you got the day off, run on out there. It's a good time to buy a boat. It's a good time to get a good deal on a boat. The 25s, he's running through those. The 26s are in Rodney's Marine, Highway 231 on Lake Logan Martin and Cropwell. You can go to 525-1500. Follow Rodney's Marine on Facebook or visit their website at rodneysmarine.com. Well, I was so hoping that we were going to get an opportunity to talk with this guy. It's been a moment or two, but I figured there's no better person to talk about what the heck is happening in Nashville, Tennessee than the one and only Matt Murphy. Good morning, Matt.
Hey, look what the cat drug in. What's going on, guys?
How are you? It's myself and April Marie this morning. Richard has the day off. How are you?
Hey, I've been gone for 4 years, but I guess nothing's changed.
Nothing.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Nothing has changed. Matt, how are you? I know you're in Nashville. What the heck? Give us an overview of, your home and power lines, and do you have power? What's the deal?
Well, first off, Valerie, it's good to talk to you. I know we've spoken off air plenty, but It's good to speak to you on air. It's good to talk to all of the listeners. It's good to talk to April Marie as well. Things are going as best as can be imagined. They're calling this a 25-year ice event. We probably had. I'm a little south of the city. I'm just in and around a smaller town called Columbia. Just moved, as a matter of fact. Moved in on Monday to a new place. So had no idea. It's one of those deals where you don't have any idea. Where the nearest gas station is, much less. Do you have any idea about what the power situation will be? But
No.
I'll give you from 50,000 feet. I think about 250,000 people were without power. Depending on where you lived in the metro area, you saw anywhere between 2 inches and 6 or even 8 inches of snow. But the real thing was it was followed by this freezing rain. And I don't know if you know this, I never knew this, but apparently freezing rain is the thing that you want the least. Like it's snow, then it's sleet, and sleet comes down as a solid, right? It comes down as a pebble and it'll bounce off things. But with freezing rain, it comes down as rain when it's less than 32 degrees. And so as soon as it hits something, it freezes. And this has caused a lot of limb damage, a lot of tree damage, and a lot of power outages. So we had about, I think, 250,000 folks without power at the highest point, and they've been working on that for the past 24 hours or so, trying to get it back up and running. I mean, it could have been a lot worse. I mean, you know how it goes, and I certainly know how it goes in Birmingham when they're predicting these types of things. They often give you that wide range of scenarios, and our friendly weather folks tend to lean to the worst case scenarios.
Yeah.
But for the most part, we still got power. I do not have internet, which is going to create a dynamic by which I'm going to be driving on ice here in about 5 hours.
Oh,
But,
Matt. to get in? Are you going to have to go
Probably.
in today?
Yeah, I mean, the plan was to do it remotely.
Yeah.
And the worst case scenario, I have a generator, thankfully. So the worst case scenario was to be without internet, which
Mm,
is what powers the radio show
yeah.
remotely. And I currently do not have internet. So we'll
Oh,
figure it out, though.
my
Figure it out.
goodness. Yeah, we've seen some images, and I was telling April Marie that early this morning and late last night of some of the trees in Nashville, Matt. And it's just sad to see it because so much ice accumulated on the trees, breaking limbs. It looks disastrous in Nashville.
I mean, yeah, there's a lot of trees down, a lot of localized power outages, and I say that meaning, if you imagine a city like, Helena, for example, or even, something a little bit larger like Vestavia, where, three-quarters of the city, they're fine because they've managed to ride through the storm and no major damage to power lines. But then a quarter of the city, if one or two bigger trees go out and knock out transformers,
Hmm.
then those communities are going to be out for a long, long time. So it's, I remember a saying years ago, Valerie, that if you don't have a job, then your employment rate is 100%, right? So, so a lot of people who thought they were going to be without power, they have it and they're happy. But man, if you don't have power, the power outages are
Oh,
100% right now. But I
absolutely.
know that like they do in Birmingham and Alabama and all across the Southeast, I mean, these crews are working extra hard to try to get it back up and running for most folks.
Well, I don't want to, minimize what you're going through. We have a few little snow flurries right now. I just want you to know that it is snowing in Birmingham. Not really. You can't really tell it very much at all. And I don't know how we dodged this bullet, Matt. I was tempted to call UNE and say, why don't you all just drive on down here to Birmingham because no snow, no ice. We had a little rain yesterday, but I don't know how we dodged it. South Alabama, even with a tornado. So we had a little bit of everything in the state, but nothing quite like what you guys are dealing with this morning.
Well, I mean, no, and thank you, and we believe me, we thought about
Loading
grabbing
up.
everything and running down, running down to the refuge that is beautiful Alabama. But no, I think we're riding it out. Most folks, luckily, much like hurricanes, these types of events when they're this big, and I was reminded of I guess it was '93. There
Uh-huh.
was a blizzard in '93.
Yep.
There have been a couple of other, the ice storm of 2014, I guess it was. Which kind of took us a little by surprise because it came in early, if you remember, Valerie,
I remember.
3 or 4 hours early, and it freaked people out because kids were still at school and literally had to spend the night for those that remember that. But for this event, for the most part, people were just well aware in advance. I mean,
Yeah.
that they just drilled it into people's heads. Listen, the ice is the problem. And, we've said it a gajillion times. Experienced drivers can drive on snow. You cannot drive on ice. You think you can until you can't. You think you can until the ice decides to take over, right? And
Yeah.
go, hey, we're just going to take you over here in this ditch. Oh, and Valerie, you and I have had plenty of those
Ditch
types of
experiences,
experiences over the
yes.
years in Birmingham.
It's usually rescuing someone else, though, Matt. It's not me and you.
That's true. That's true. We've been involved in rescues. I don't think we've been involved in being the ones in the ditch itself.
Yeah, fun times, fun times. Well, we just wanted to check in on you. I'm glad to hear
We're
you're
glad
safe
you're
and
safe.
sound, and I appreciate you so much taking a couple of minutes to talk with us this morning. It means the world to me.
Make
I
plenty
love
of
you
time
guys.
to get where you're going.
Yeah, take your time.
Well, thank you. Thank you, April Marie. I love you guys and miss all of you desperately.
Well,
Thank you so much for having
we
me
miss
on.
you too. Have a wonderful day, and thanks again. There's Matt Murphy, everyone, calling us in from Nashville, which is where he is on one of our stations, our Cumulus stations. And so he's still in the family, still in the fold, so to say.
Yes, he
But
is.
man, you couldn't pay me right now to be in Nashville.
Oh, the
No,
trees
thank
down.
you.
Crazy.
Yeah, the images and 250,000 people with no power is just
Mm-mm.
that is no fun. And then again, you got to get all the tree limbs down and away and clear the roads and then be able to get to the lines. It's a mess. Back in a moment, 8:30, Talk 99.5, talk995.com. 8:35, Dixon and Vining. Talk 99.5, talk995.com, and on YouTube, Real Talk 995 TV. Text us, 545-9950. A lot of you texting. Thank you. Chris says, snowing in Jasper. We're getting a little snow here in Homewood as well. It's just light. It's just pretty to look at. Jim says, also light passing, snow flurries in Leeds, flurries in Kimberly, snowing in Coleman. Rhonda says, good morning. We have flurries in the Blount County area, just off I-65, light flurries 280. So everybody's getting a little
I was going to say
flurries in Pelham.
flurries at my house now.
How about
so,
that?
Over near Irondale.
Chuck says snow flurries in Madison. Just parked at Perimeter Park near 280 and 459. Definitely some flurries. Very minimal. Yeah, it's just everybody's having a little fun with that. Gardendale's getting it. Roebuck. Thank y'all for checking in and letting us know that. Yeah, it's kind of neat to see that. But really not going to be doing anything to our roads, and that's a positive. And thanks again to Matt Murphy taking a couple of minutes up in Nashville to kind of fill us in what's going on up there. What a mess that is. Thank goodness we don't have any of that in our life.
I was thumbing through those pictures as y'all were talking, and a lot of trees down.
A lot.
Icy weather, and big old ones all over.
Oh, yeah, the images are bad. And I'm telling you that you see it now, and it's like a winter wonderland. You don't really, when you'll really realize is when the snow and the ice is gone,
Yep.
and then what's left is that damaged tree.
Look at this.
It's going to be so
Snowmageddon
my
2
gosh.
in Nashville, and it's just someone flew a drone
Unbelievable.
over.
Yep, I'm so glad we don't have to deal with that, folks. We're really, really blessed. How about this? Some cities across the U.S. are now turning to some sweet science to help keep roads clear in the winter. I heard an interview, I think it was yesterday, and this gentleman was talking about it, and I was like, I've got to go look this up. I've never heard this. They're adding beet juice or beet molasses byproducts of making sugar to their salt brine. I was like, beet juice?
So now you're not just gonna have salted under your car. You're gonna have red. It's gonna look like you hit
Yeah,
something.
like, I don't know. Or, is it possible they can remove the dye from the beet juice? I doubt that. Places like Lincoln, Nebraska, beet juice has helped reduce the annual average usage of salt by 20%, because salt can damage the underneath of a car. Steve probably
Big
knows
time.
that better than
Yeah.
this
Oh, yeah.
South Florida girl.
My truck is that way.
Oh, yeah.
That is because my dad would go around while the roads were freshly salted, and sure enough,
Man,
Yeah, if
kinda
you buy a
tore it up.
used car, the best thing for you to do is look and see where exactly that car came from and how long it spent that time there.
Right.
Because the further north and the older it is, the more likely it's seen a lot of salt.
Well, and they say that too about folks that live along the coast, like at our beaches.
oh yeah,
They have a place down in, Gulf Shores or something like that. Look at the underbelly of
Yeah,
a
absolutely.
vehicle before you purchase, because, it deals with a different kind of salt.
I've got to
Exactly.
dig into this beet juice
Yeah,
thing
beet.
because
The
I do find it interesting it's Lincoln, Nebraska. It turns all the roads red and white like the Cornhuskers.
it works out just perfect.
Molly
for them,
would be
doesn't
so
it?
happy.
Yeah, she would be happy about that. They say the stickiness is mixed in with the rock salt coming out the tail spinner of the truck. It helps reduce what they call bounce and scatter. That means less salt needs to be used and more of it stays on the roadway, increasing the efficiency and effectiveness of the process.
Oh, okay. That does make a certain amount of sense then.
It's interesting, isn't it?
wonder who thought this up. Like, how do you come up with the plan to
I
add
don't know.
beet?
They said there's another bonus to beet juice too. The incorporated of this organic byproduct serves as a natural corrosion inhibitor.
Mm.
By incorporating that into their solution, it makes a brine that is 75% less corrosive than salt itself. I get that. There's not a lot of juice in beets, is there? You're going to have to squeeze a lot of beets to get
Couldn't
beet
even
juice,
tell you.
right? I mean, where do you go to buy a gallon of beet juice?
I don't know.
Huh?
I'm looking
I
at
didn't-
images.
yeah.
There are, in fact, you can see the red mixed right on in there.
Yeah, it looks like somebody got shot.
It does look
An animal, you hit an animal, it's dead.
It may not be as bad as you think. To make 1 ounce, or 1 cup fresh of fresh beet juice, you generally need 2 to 3 medium or 1 very large beet. So it's not as bad as it could be.
But, are they readily available? It's not like going to the grocery store and buying a
Apparently they
bag
are.
of
I don't
lemons
know.
and limes. Maybe they are. Maybe we're just not looking for them. Beet juice.
I don't look for beets. I don't care for them.
Oh, I like beets. A good beet salad. Oh,
What?
delicious. Oh,
Maybe I don't think
if,
I no.
if there's a beet salad on a menu somewhere, I'm eating it.
Seriously?
100% of the time.
She's going for it.
Absolutely.
I'll take the beet salad, please.
Yes, beet salad.
Something just sounds wrong about that.
Really?
Yeah,
I'm
salad?
sorry, it just does.
Made of beets?
I'm
I
not a
don't
fan.
know.
Oh,
I've
beet
never
salad with-
never cared for them.
Do you cook it, or are you eating it raw?
No, it's that looks like that. You haven't had a
Where's
beet
the beet?
salad?
Where's the beets in the
this is-
salad?
The red
that's
stuff.
right there. The dark purplish. The
Looks
red
like
stuff.
onion to me.
Oh, it's delicious.
Really?
Beet salad with goat cheese and onions.
Where are you
can't
getting
beat
this?
those. Oh gosh, it's got to be. I'm thinking Real and Rosemary, but it
Well,
might be
that's
somewhere
maybe
else.
why I haven't had it yet.
Yeah, they have a beet. They have a sandwich with it too. It's
A
delicious.
beet sandwich.
It is.
What, is there anything else that comes on the sandwich, like mayonnaise?
Okay, so they've got.
some deli meat,
Let's see.
some
Okay,
lettuce to
so
cover it up.
they've got the up beet salad.
Up beet
This,
salad.
now
Oh, that's cute.
they do. It's really cute. It's so
Uh-huh.
and then they've got the beet fig goat cheese sandwich. And I am telling you right now,
There's too much healthiness in that
I
right
can.
there.
That is my favorite. I will
It's
eat
a
those things.
sandwich.
It's a sandwich. It
What
is.
is
beet-
it
what-
served on? Cauliflower bread?
It is cranberry walnut. Now, this is and unintentionally.
Steve's like, no, I don't want any of that.
oh
in
my
life.
gosh.
There's nothing about that sounds appetizing to me at all.
I
God.
will eat this sandwich.
Is there
every
some
day
roast
of the
beef
week.
on that? How about
No.
a hamburger patty?
Oh my gosh. It's cranberry walnut bread with
Right.
beets, figs, goat cheese.
Where's the meat?
Arugula
That
and
little-
balsamic.
Hey,
But
little
it's-
old ladies from Wendy's. Where's the meat?
Where's the meat?
Where's
There's
the beef?
no meat.
Where's the beef?
The beet is the sandwich.
Is
the,
it?
The beet is the the hunk of the sandwich. I love it. Oh my gosh. I could eat that. I could eat both. It's the only reason I go to Real and Rosemary. That sandwich and that salad.
Is Real and Rosemary in Mountain Brook?
No, there's no one in Homewood.
Homewood, okay.
Yeah. There was one in Mountain Brook and it's been closed for a while.
Beet
so.
sandwich. Do we need to try this, Steve?
You absolutely.
You
need to
have a
try
good
this.
time.
The look on y'all's faces.
Steve
I'm
is out.
absolutely
I know.
bringing
I guess
this.
because I've never
Ugh,
really thought about
it's-
having a sandwich with that in there.
It is the only. It is. I will be in the mood. I'll
Some
be
mayonnaise
sitting
on
around.
it, some Italian
No,
dressing.
no,
What
the-
else is
the
on there?
dressing is the balsamic. It's
Oh.
Okay, you
Okay.
found the one part of that I actually will not mind.
cranberry walnut bread,
Okay, I'll
That-
try that.
goat cheese.
I like goat
So
cheese.
I
you're-
don't mind goat cheese.
So it's arugula. So you're great,
Arugula's
except
okay.
for every,
I don't really
every
like
part of
that.
the sandwich except the beets.
Leave the arugula off.
What about the
too.
figs?
Could I just have some lettuce? Figs.
On a sandwich?
Yes.
No.
Oh, they're delicious. Oh my gosh. I cannot believe
Oh,
you guys
April
haven't had
Marie,
this.
you're really letting me
Okay,
down.
So Will texts in, no wonder she's eating candy canes right off the tree.
That is exactly right.
Okay,
Oh,
I
my
know the next
goodness.
place we're going to lunch.
Where?
No, you know the next place you're going
You know,
to
is
lunch.
there a restaurant next door to it? We'll let you get to go, and then you can come over and eat with us. There's that Meat and 3 right next door to it.
That
That's where
is
you'll find me,
so
Steve, and
funny.
Richard.
Oh, there's one at the summit now too. I'm
Oh
looked at
goodness,
their
can't wait
website.
to get there. Let me leave the office early today to head
to
there
get
to
the
get
beet.
a beet sandwich.
I am sending your son.
What's that? What's the beet?
home
How
with the
much
beet
does
sandwich.
that thing cost? Because that sounds like a very pricey sandwich.
It's not a price.
It should be free.
Cannot believe you guys.
We'll pay you to take this off our hands.
Yeah, please.
Oh,
Hey, it's more for April Marie.
so good. Oh.
I
Okay,
don't know
look what
about
I've
that.
started here.
All right, so let me share this with you real quick. Amazon is going really big, y'all. Only it's
Mhm.
not in Alabama. There, Jeff Bezos, get over here to Alabama. This is really where it should be, not in Chicago. They're unveiling plans, get this, for a 230,000 square foot mega store, which will be right outside the city, that would be larger than the average Walmart and nearly big enough to swallow 2 Targets whole, according to the Wall Street Journal.
Okay.
The move is Amazon's boldest brick and mortar gamble yet, and arguably its riskiest, as the e-commerce giant tries once again to crack a crowded, unforgiving big box market it has repeatedly struggled to conquer.
Well, I don't know why
So-
they're even trying to do it.
I
I mean,
don't-
they're so successful with their online. It just
Yeah.
doesn't make sense.
I feel like Jeff Bezos is being very selfish, and he's trying to bully his way into the big box arena, and he needs to stay in his own lane. Isn't that what this feels like? Kind of. I don't know. But looking at this warehouse, this mega store, I don't know.
It's big.
Yeah.
Hey, I will say though, I'm really in on the let's add more Amazon things so you get your stuff faster.
Like,
So
what do you mean
so
things?
so well
Like
like
items to buy?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
The
and
distribution
these big
centers?
distribution centers.
Oh yeah.
So I told you we made a hat this weekend. Well, my son came home with a reminder he needed a hat for Tuesday, and I was able to doink put in the noise too. Doink.
Boink.
There goes the order, and it's there by like 8 a.m. the next day. It's fantastic.
Yeah, pretty good. But I do think about mom and pop, and I
Yes.
try to do that at mom and pop stores as much as I can because.
Just because, yeah, that's
And
fair.
I was in a couple of Saturday. I was in a flip flops and whatnots. Hello to the folks there; they were great. Bought a couple of things, a really cute sweater, and I was like, "See, if I'd seen that online, I might not have purchased it." But when I could see,
Held
I
it
could
up to
hold it. It was
you.
soft and
Hmm.
fuzzy, and I was like, "Ooh, I really like this." It kind of makes a difference. You can't do that, and sometimes you think you're getting something really good quality, and it's a piece of junk. I've done that with a cabinet or two that I thought, "Oh, that looks really nice online," and because you can't really see it, and of course you can read reviews, you don't know exactly what you're getting. So I don't know. We'll see if it works. Put it in Chicago, outside of Chicago, and good luck to you. 230,000 square feet. Good
That's huge.
gracious.
Yeah.
That's a monster place.
Steve, I sent photos of the sandwich to both you and Steve.
Oh, well, thank you.
Steve's not buying what
I'm
I'm throwing.
unconvinced so far.
Apparently, if you go to order it though, you can add a protein.
So what's the price of the sandwich?
Can I add a protein and subtract the beet?
Can I have some chicken on it?
Yes,
Got
you
some
can add
chicken.
some chicken.
Yeah,
You
grilled
can add
chicken.
grilled chicken. So without
I'm
the
afraid to eat that plain without any. I
I
think
don't
I'd
know
have to
what's
go chicken
happening here.
first, and then maybe the next time if I like that.
The sandwich with a side is $10.99.
Well, that's not bad.
Yeah.
That's pretty well.
So you can get and they've got their Brussels sprouts are good. Charred carrots are also very good.
Man, you're really eating healthy.
Not most of the time, but this is one place I do. I've started all the beets. Now I'm thinking, oh, I need beets today because
You-
of because
well,
of the
yeah, now
salting the
that-
road
You're
with
the
the
one
Here we are
person on this show
talking.
that's thinking, I need beets today.
April Marie's headed to Homewood or the Summit.
I really
Have
might
one
be.
for us. Tell you what, when you get that sandwich, take a picture of it and just show us what you got.
Okay, I'll do
All right.
that. I'll do that.
8:47. Back in a minute. You're listening to Dixon and Vining, Talk 99.5. 8:51. Dixon and Vining at Talk 99.5, talk995.com. No, Richard Dixon back tomorrow, having the day off. No, he didn't have any issue getting in. I know he's probably saw a flurry or two and said, nope, that's it. I'm back in. He'll be back tomorrow. April Marie in. Steve West controlling everything. Phil in the traffic center. And you guys, yes, seeing some snow flurries, kind of keeping you updated with what's going on weather-wise. Traffic, not an issue for us getting in this morning whatsoever.
Yeah.
I think I passed a puddle or two. That was really
That's it.
that was it. A puddle or two, that was it. Didn't see any black ice. The roadways were perfectly fine. But the rest of the country, folks, just really, this is just amazing that 1 million people without power, many of those in Mississippi, in Tennessee, and in Louisiana. Mississippi with 150,000 homes, no power. Louisiana, about the same. Texas, 60,000. About 250 in Nashville. I think that number's come down a little bit, like 230,000 now. But the number of downed trees up in Nashville is really unbelievable to see, and that's due to the weight of the ice that fell. They got hit pretty hard. Birmingham with a lot of rain. We got 2.5 inches over the
rain.
5 days. Yeah, specifically yesterday. And officials in Lamar, Fayette, and Marion County earlier this morning were saying to try to stay off the roads unless absolutely necessary. We've got the sun out, but it's not going to get above freezing today. We're expecting about 32 degrees. So those places that have ice in some of these counties we just mentioned, that is going to refreeze tonight probably and stay the same for tomorrow. Tomorrow is a little different. So Birmingham will see about 41 degrees. That should begin the melting for anybody that is maybe in some of those outlying areas dealing with this. People in Tennessee, hopefully they'll get above freezing tomorrow. In Mississippi, we'll see how things go. But a real mess and a mess and a bullet that we certainly dodged in Birmingham. I've never seen anything like it, that from South Mississippi all the way up and then over into Tennessee and then back down through Georgia. Had a report of a possible tornado that hit an area down in South Alabama, Geneva. They were interviewing a few people there, several brick buildings destroyed, with what people have described as a tornado. We don't have confirmation on that yet, but something pretty big happened down there. And again, that's right on the Alabama-Florida line. And other than that, we fared pretty well in the state of Alabama compared to some other folks around. And thank goodness we don't have some of those issues. And, you know, I think people for the most part were really smart yesterday, kind of watching what was going on. And I know that schools had to make a decision about what to do, and it's hard to do that at 3 or 4 in the morning when you have to talk about school buses getting out, picking up kids, what roads are safe or what are not. You're not really sure during the overnight hours what's going to occur, and that's part of that problem.
I was glad they did it earlier, on the earlier side, because then I could make arrangements. Like,
Yeah.
I knew I was coming here, and if they had waited till morning or if they had waited till evening, late, people like me who work outside of the house can't necessarily make those accommodations, so I was able to, which is nice. So I know it was on the cautious side, looking at what we're looking at today and hindsight and all that good stuff, but I'm glad they made that call.
Yeah, I think so too. And again, with so much water, and I was staring out the window going, oh, please. I kept going, when is the rain
Make
stop?
it
I was looking at
stop.
radar
Yep.
and I was like, oh, this is going to end about 2 o'clock, 2:15, somewhere in there. And that will give us about 2.5, maybe 3 hours of, still daylight hours. And this stuff will dry, hopefully with the wind in it. And it did. And very, very fortunate that there's not a lot of issues out there, and no problem with schools taking a precautionary day. They'll get back to school tomorrow, and businesses opening up a little bit later on today. Again, out of precaution. You don't want to put people out on the roads unnecessarily if you're not sure, what you're looking at. And we weren't sure. I was just like, well, we'll send Steve West out. He'll get there early. He'll let us know whether or not there's any issues. And our issue is always Bagby Drive for the most part, because that thing, man, they do a pretty good job of, putting some sand or whatever they need to on it, and the police department doesn't hurt that they're there.
I was just thinking, if you're
Because
going
I
to have
think-
neighbors,
I
those are
think
good ones to have.
If I'm wrong about this, Steve, the last time that we had something of significance, They put sand on the roadway, but it was right up to the last gate where the Homewood Police Department
Yeah.
turns in, and then it stopped.
then it was
there was
Yeah,
no
it
more.
benefited them very nicely.
I was like, why don't you go to the top of the hill? It's not that much further, so we could get in here. But
I know a guy. We'll have to talk
yeah,
about that.
next time I'll have to talk to the sand guy. Hey, could you just keep going up the hill? That'd be really nice, so we don't have to park and walk. We've done that before, and that's not a whole lot of fun. The park and walk dealio. No, thank you.
Yeah.
Did you see over the weekend this rock climber guy climbing this tower, this 1,600-foot skyscraper? No ropes, no nothing, and they put it on Netflix. Did you catch this by chance, Steve? No?
Nah, I thought about watching it, and then I thought, I really don't care.
Yeah, he pulled off one of the most daring stunts, they said, climbing the 1,667-foot skyscraper on Sunday without ropes or protective gear. Did he have a parachute on?
I don't know how I feel about that.
Oh,
hope he
I was just like, really? There's no
No,
safety net?
I'm looking at him. There's something in his, looks like maybe on his back pocket, but I don't know that was anything that was safety related. Seems like a terrible
Golly.
idea.
yeah.
How do
He's-
you get approval to do something like that?
That's a good
It
question.
feels like that's an insurance
well, I
issue.
guess you sign lots of paperwork
I guess.
that if you go, pew, whoo, you're okay.
The building has 101 floors, and the hardest part being 64, the 64 floors in the middle. I don't know about that.
Yeah, because if you look at the building, it has kind of a dome thing that he can kind of latch onto. And the rest of the building, I'm like, how are you doing that? How did you get to the top of this thing? He's 40 years old. The climber is 40 years old. And apparently it took over 90 minutes to get to the top of the tower, which actually, if you're looking at the tower, that's pretty fast. One of the world's tallest, as part of a deal with Netflix, which broadcasted the skyscraper live event. Wearing a red short sleeve shirt, he waved his arms back and forth over his head. He said it was like a view. It's incredible. What a beautiful view. Afterwards, it was very windy, so I was like, don't fall off the spire. I was trying to balance nicely, but it was. What an incredible position. What a beautiful day. And again, climbed all the way to the top and just stood at the very top of this. I mean, we're talking like a 2-foot space where his feet could be. And I'm like, no,
No, sir.
no, thank you. I would not enjoy any of this.
And nobody was at the top to let him in, so he had to climb back down.
Be like, could a helicopter come pick me up?
Yeah,
Could
could somebody open a
just,
door so I could just take an elevator?
Yeah, that would be really
I'll
nice.
even take the stairs.
Yeah. This guy apparently, Sacramento, California, is known for his ropeless ascent up Yosemite National Park, and he did that in record time. In 2022, was the first to climb a challenging 3,700-foot sheer cliff
I don't have
in
any desire to do
Greenland.
this.
No. This is pretty amazing.
Gives
but-
me heart palpitations just watching.
Hey, what happens if you get a cramp in your hand? I mean, he's using his hands
fall.
to. Yeah, you know what I mean? Or something happens and you break a finger.
It's like all those people who watch motor racing for the wrecks. That's the main reason you watch. Is he going to fall? I'll find out tomorrow. I didn't need to watch it. I'll find out the next day whether he made it or not.
Yeah. I don't know. It's fascinating, but I wouldn't care to do it. No, thank you. Hope he's got a life insurance policy. Do you suppose? I bet no one will give him one.
If he's got one, I can't imagine what the premium is.
Be
on it.
like, yeah, you know what, buddy? We're not giving you one.
What do you do for a living?
It's got to be a parachute in his back pocket, don't you think? Back in a minute.